we really appreciate. Yes, we really appreciate you, comrade, because you're one of us. I want to believe that. Yes. And you know, I said it while I was signing out the other man. I said, comrade will still come on here, you know, to talk about the state of the nation. Yes, I would like to start on this note of the comments by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, you know, during the week. He said we're set for a revolution. From that statement, what do you think, Tambuwa, would want to
Well,
say?
I think it's not far from saying the truth, because where you have the kind of resources at the at the level that we have it in Nigeria, and you have the kind of paradox of poverty at the same time, then what that leads to is revolution. Revolution not in terms of killing people or, you know, assassinating people or that like. Revolution is just a change, a fundamental change that, you know, creates a new order through the rubbles of the old. That's the kind of revolution I think he's talking about. But the other revolution is after doing all that, you know, the leaders still, you know, are not, you know, or are reluctant to accept that change. They could lead to the other one, which is bloody. But we are not thinking of that one now in Nigeria. And what starts first is the type that you have witnessed in Egypt. You know how it started. Now 2 heads of state have gone out. You don't know what is going to happen to the new one that is there, because the people are looking for something. The revolution that is taking place there is not just, you know, an end. It's a means to achieving an end, and until that end is achieved, the situation will continue the way it is. And we are hoping that Nigeria will learn a lesson or two, you know, from that. So revolution that we want in Nigeria now, you know, should start from the leadership. Because if you look at the way we have been recruiting our leaders, you agree with me that it's not been wholesome enough. You know, we have not been recruiting wholesome leaders. We have not been recruiting leaders who are courageous about what they want to do. You know, we have been recruiting leaders who are only interested in having access or gaining access to power and resources for their own selfish ends, not leaders who want to use that power, our accessibility to power, to transform the life of the people. And that is why today, despite all pretensions, and the fact that we have been managing, you know, so-called civil governance, not democracy, for the past 14 years, we are yet to have democracy that will bring life, that will authenticate rule of law and subsume rule of law under rule of justice, making everybody to be equal before the law, and of course guaranteeing and protecting human rights.
Well, comrade, we cannot still deny the fact that we elected these people to positions. In the past 14 years, we keep on electing, but the disconnect is still there between the people that elected people, their leaders, and those leaders they elect.
Well, we will continue to witness that, because we are only talking about election. Yet, yes, we have a good, seemingly good election in 2011. But we have also used that good election to elect, inadvertently anyway, bad people into government. And if you are talking of government, you have to separate it to be fair. There is government at local government level, there is government at state level, there is government at the federal level. Some of the states are trying to add value to governance, but some of them have not even moved from government to government, talk less of transforming the life of anybody. So if you want to be fair to government, you want to look at the kind of revolution that is going on in the Southwest now. You can't compare it with any other state, both in the north and the east. In fact, if the east and the north can gain half of what we are witnessing or enjoying in the Southwest today, of course that is not by accident. Well, it's a purposeful design that we are gaining from the kind of education that we have in this part of the place.
Now look at this.
We have talked about infant mortality. You are not talking about adult assassination, not by robbers alone, not by assassins, but by hunger and poverty in the midst of plenty. So who cares, for that? The life expectancy now is about 45. Whereas in the olden days, our forefathers, we saw some of them that live up to 100. How many have you been publishing on your screen now that reaches 110, 120? So government has not moved to governance. We have government, yes. We have civil governance, yes. That's government of our people, but not by our people and for the people.
Now, when we talk of revolution,
yes,
and at this kind of things, issues, at hand, would want to push a nation, towards revolution. But do you think our people are already pushed to the wall? It's like Nigerians, are tolerant, they are very persevering, and a lot of accolades that we can give to them. They are so strong and the likes. Now, have we been pushed to the wall?
If we want us to accept that word, push, we have been pushed beyond the wall.
Really?
Yes. Because those things that we are accommodating in Nigeria here, cannot be accommodated in the East. I mean, when I talk of the East, the East but in Nigeria, we have one very strong shock absorber. That even where we are sovereign, we will be smiling. And Fela Ransom Kuti captured that one very well. Look at the indicators on the ground. Does this show that we have government? If we have government, does this show that government has moved to governance? If we have governance, has it transformed the life of the people? As people, we have found the people that are elected into government being the true expression of the mandate of the people. These are the issues. So, but look at the time we had the campaign for democracy. Once the CD say, don't go out tomorrow to demonstrate the sovereign that you are going through, people will listen and adhere to it. But these days, it's not like that. Because one, we were able to succeed them because we were one under the military. But now, some of the people that were in the campaign for democracy and other democratic organizations are in the political parties. If, for example, you want to talk about absence of democracy in Oyo State now, those who are in ACN will tell you, no, comrade, we already have democracy, come and join us so that we can manage it together. If you say that one, if a PDP man says, or you say it against a PDP man that is in government, it will seem as if you have been instigated or promoted by ACN to come and say it to undermine their government. So it depends on who is in power, and that is why we have been divided. A PDP man will not join you to demonstrate against a PDP government the same way an ACN man. So that is why we have not been able to have a common ground.
Are you saying this democracy is not it's not giving us the desired?
No, you don't have democracy yet. It's only when you have democracy that you can think of a dividend of it. The people, the military that gave us this present dispensation never pretended that we were giving democracy. They said transition. That you remember in 1999, transition from military rule to civil government. So civil government is what we have now, government of the people. Then you have our people all over the places. But are they by us and for us? The end result of a democracy is to guarantee the rule of law, is to make sure that your rights in all its ramifications, either fundamental human rights, socio-economic and cultural, is guaranteed, and of course that we are equal before the law. So, but all those are not there. What people now call democracy or dividend of democracy, which is just an anathema, is the exercise book that legislators are buying. Whereas legislators have three fundamental functions: to represent the people, to oversight the government, and also make good laws for the people. It's only when they are able to do that that you can lead us to achieving the primary obligation of government, which is welfare and security. Where is welfare today? In anybody's house. Where is security? all over the places. We are overwhelmed by insecurity. You cannot sleep in your house. We are already paying double taxes. You are supposed to be secured under the government, but you are the one now paying, contributing money to pay night watchmen.
Or at times to join them too.
Comrade,
yes.
Okay, comrade, you said earlier on that you give a pass mark to the election we held in 2011. No, okay, that is possible.
I mean, you know that was an election that took the name of Nigeria out of the unenviable list of those
that's okay. So we could just assume that we've been trying to go into democracy from 2011.
Yeah.
We are just under that transition.
Exactly.
Okay.
We are transiting from civil governance now.
Can we say that 2015, from what we got in 2011, can we say that 2015 would lead us into democracy?
It's not mathematical. Because if you look at the body language of those who are there now, you might not have it as easy as you had it in 2011. Yes. Because by that time they knew very well that given all the permutations, nothing will happen to the federal government. To the extent that even ACN mobilized for the election of Jonathan. Because we thought by then things would be better. One is the most educated, among educated unquote now, among the people that we have ever elected in this country. So we thought now that an educated person is coming on board, things will change. But what change have we experience or encountered since 2011? Nothing. In fact, if you look at the way he spoke, he said he believed very much in democratization of this country, and that the first rung on the ladder of that democratization process will be rule of law and good election, credible election, and he allowed that to go. That was, in fact, it was a suicide mission for them to have allowed Biega to be the chairman of the commission. But now I'm not sure that they want that. They will not want that, because to allow Biega to continue to be there, to be in government at the level of INEC, is to continue to improve on the election, so that the kind of annulment that we have been witnessing will cease. Since Biega got there, they have removed annulment from INEC and election to government. The first annulment was the zonal system that PDP said they believe in. When it was time in 2010 for Jonathan to come in, there was an annulment that they don't believe anymore in the zone, in the zonal system. Look at the one that happened during the NGF election. Just among 35 people, the person who won became the loser. The loser became the winner. And what are you expecting in 2015? Well, these are the same people that will be in government. These are the same people that will run the government. These are the same people that will manage the election along with Jega.
But you know that people are really watching, and people are wiser for it.
Yes.
And that brings me back to the issue of revolution.
Yeah.
Okay, comrade, don't you think that these issues and these activities, the practices of our politicians, would lead our people to something, better in 2015?
I'm not sure.
Really?
I'm not sure. Yes, because our people have not learned anything and they have not forgotten anything. You see, the people are still relying on, because of abject poverty, people still rely on these same people that we have struggled for years to displace and replace from government.
Have you done research in that area?
Of course. I mean, that is what we do every day. We listen to our people. Today, even despite all the progressive revolution that is taking place in Oyo State, people are still not happy. And anybody who have been in this state before, in the last 30 years, that nothing has changed, and see the kind of revolution that is going on here today, starts from Beauty, leaving the express. You come to under the bridge, you see the difference. Magli, go to Molete, you see the difference. Look at all the infrastructures that we had before, that we are having now, and that we have been promised to be having. It's something that nobody should be able to argue about. These are things that you can see. Go to Dubai, the rand something there. You see the kind of massive construction going on there, the massive employment of our people, doing the job. And you want to come back and say, though they are doing it, but it's not, it does not have human face. And these are people who have been in government, though they did their own best when they were there, but their best was not enough for us. We can now see a government that is committing money to development, sustainable human development, that after even its own tenure in office, you will continue to witness growth, and that this state, for example, will become a destination for.
Okay, as an activist, how are you changing the impression of people? I mean, what are you doing in that area? To let people know.
That is why we have become important. You see, every month now we convey a sort of citizen platform where I invite the market women, the youth, the opinion leaders in the society to come and listen. And you are part of that, before, and you have spoken.
I'm still part of
yes, you are part of the one that we have done. And your organization and yourself, we are still part and parcel of that one. And we continue. We are changing the perception of people already. But what is important is for them.
Let's take this. Okay. Democracy is a structure that stands on a tripod, 3 legs. Let's look at our own democracy here. You have, for now, you have a serious distrust between the executive and the legislative arm of government at the federal level. And of course, it's a pointer to the fact that the cookie is crumbling. The members of the National Assembly are already putting Mr. President on some odd grounds on the 2013 budget, and now even the State of the Nation, Mr. President will not sign. And of course, when a structure stands on 3 legs, and of course 2 legs are folding up, what does this tell us?
Well, I won't agree with you that there is a distrust. What I can say is that